Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Sunday night, and we are live and in effect, and the markets are getting ready to open up right now. And I've got some somewhat breaking news, something else that was announced on the 12th of December from the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Shanghai Gold Exchange has raised their margins on trades for, I think, up to 17%. So that I think we're going to see probably the prices go down tonight. Likely, probably, and when the Shanghai markets open up, we'll see silver fall even more before it rises, because I think it's showing their hand too. And I think it'll be a temporary thing, but I think we're going to see the prices fall down. So that was coming out of the Shanghai Gold Exchange. That has just been reported. And we can see already they are down. Just as I suspected here, silver's down 16 cents right now. Gold is up 40 cents as we watch these markets move in real time here. We're looking at Hong Kong. This is a special broadcast because of what we saw the past week, and with the smackdown we saw on Friday was somewhat of a recovery, but now with the Shanghai market raising their margin calls, now this could be bad for silver, at least temporarily. And I think likely we'll see most of that hit come, or likely probably as the evening progresses. I don't know if I'm going to be on until 8, which is when the Shanghai opens, but we'll see what happens. It just depends on how much it falls here with the Hong Kong markets open right now. Likely Hong Kong, obviously being closely tied, at least in that region, in that area, we're going to see some hits probably there. And then if we see it fall too much, we might see more when the Shanghai markets open. What are we looking at here? Platinum is up slightly, up $1. Gold is up 40 cents tonight, holding on to above $4,300 an ounce, as we see here. So that's what we're watching here. It has been an interesting week for sure with silver at very early trading hours on Friday, reaching $64 and I think 69 cents or somewhere thereabouts. It's pretty amazing to see silver's price almost reach $65 per ounce. And here we are. We're probably going to feel some pain in the silver market, probably likely tonight. We're going to watch it. But I think if we do, it'll likely be because of what the SGE has done, the Shanghai Gold Exchange raising their margin calls to, I think, 17%, whereas the COMEX raised theirs to 10% after doing it months ago, raising it 9.3%. So this is what we're going to be watching here. And the Samsung executive is all over the place. I don't know that it's true or not. But you're hearing it from AI channels. Everybody should stay away from the AI channels. I'm telling you, they can just post whatever they want. They've got no accountability. They're all over the place, these AI channels. I've done some research on it, and I think it's taking some news that happened back in August. In fact, here, let's look at this comment here. Samsung have done a deal with Mexico this weekend for most of their silver because the COMEX, the LBMA, cannot supply. China are now stopping all silver exports and also have told the electronic manufacturers to not buy any NVIDIA chips from the U.S. The resource war is starting big time. And people are taking that as gospel, but it's just a rumor. And I think it's propagated by many of these AI channels. And somebody else has been sending me links all like crazy from another AI channel. Some guy that is making the rounds on several different channels, and you can tell it was fake, not only because of the delivery and the type of person it is that's doing the broadcast, but it mentioned here, this report is on Friday, December the 13th. Well, the 12th was Friday, not the 13th. So you got to be careful watching these things. But these AI channels, they're bad news all around, and they're getting tons of views. And I don't say that as competition for this channel or other real channels, but you should go with the real channels because we are accountable to you. If we give you fake information, it's going to hurt our channel. If we're propagating fake information, you're not going to believe me if I do that. There was one report that I did on Russia selling gold reserves, a good chunk of their gold reserves. And I found an article about it from the Moscow Times or something. It turns out it was an anti-Putin publication. And it turns out it was not true. I found out very quickly. Actually, it was another. I found out on Twitter. It's like this. Somebody had actually called me out and said, here's another channel spreading this rumor or whatever. And it's like, oh, I went and looked at it. And it's like, no, that's incorrect. I better. I corrected the record the very next day. If I find out that I'm absolutely wrong on something, I'm going to correct the record. But there's just too many of these AI channels. I'm going to do a video about it. It's so important because I'm seeing people sending me links, and I thought it was spam at first. It's like, what is this? And it's like, no, these are people that genuinely thought this was real. And so I don't know. I hate a lot of these channels, they steal the content from other channels. That's really part of the problem. Let's see here. And what they do is they steal content from other channels, from real channels, and they twist the words a little bit. So just be careful with that. I can't stress how important that is. Let's get down here to a few comments here from today's videos, and then we'll come back to the markets here. Let's see. We've got no more libs. Samsung has, there you go. It says found an iteration for the Li battery. They found the one element on the planet that makes them stable and better. Supposed to be going to EVs. Of course, we know what that element is. That's right. And Samsung is planning a battery. We've talked about that, and I'll report on it. But I'm going to check this thing about the only research I was able to find on it was something they did back in October, and it was some mining company working with Samsung to collaborate with a Mexican miner. That was it. Not that the executive flew in the heat of the night over the weekend and is paying a whole bunch of money for $78 an ounce for silver. Had not heard anything about that. I think it's just all hype. People send me links to these channels. As soon as I click on it, I see the presentation. I'm clicking off. It's like I don't want any part of these channels. Let's see here. Tiki Tavi, considering the silver's performance, is surprising more of these mega wealthy lizards that aren't jumping in, or are they already in? Well, I will say that David Bateman mentioned that somebody else, another wealthy person, had asked him how to make a large purchase of silver. So we might have one other join us. Let's see. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Your government can now take your stack. It's now law. Well, I don't know where that law is. Where is the law for that? I'm not seeing a law for that. Let's see. Music is stopped. The game is up. Hold on to your stack, fellas. Smile and wave. Yes, we hold on to your stack. It's always good. Have diamond fist for your stack. Very good. All right, let's see here. Looking at the markets again. Okay, look at this. Wow. Silver has turned around a little bit. I kind of thought we might, I guess the true test will be when Shanghai opens. But silver's up a little bit here tonight. Up 8 cents. Gold is up $7.20. Platinum is up 15. Palladium is up 17. All right. By the way, good to see you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here on this special report. Sunday night market watch, watching these metals move. I thought after the Shanghai Gold Exchange raised margin, the margin calls to, I think, 17%, that we might see a substantial dip in silver's price. That is not happening, at least right now. It did start out a little bit low, but it is now up 8 cents. So, yes, very, very good. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here. Oh, yeah, let's see here. All right. Yes, I agree, Razor Ready. They need to do something about these AI channels. I definitely agree with that. Rocky Superstar, good to see you guys. Appreciate all y'all being here tonight with me. And let's see here. Silver Brother says, just waiting for the paper market to default on physical delivery, and people stir through their Ponzi scheme, and silver can realize its true price. Yeah, well, I think the true thing we should be, again, we talk about price a lot in this community. Price is important. But I'm trying to stress more to my viewers that no matter what the price of silver is, it is valuable for what it has been long before there was a dollar. Yes, indeed. And the more we realize that, the better off we're going to be. In fact, I may have showed it in a video, but I bought another ancient silver coin, high purity silver coin. And to me, appreciating the history of these coins, especially when you can get them for fairly inexpensively, this one I got fairly inexpensively considering what it is, really just gives you a sense of exactly what it means and what silver has meant throughout the course of history. It gives you a new appreciation for the metal. Yes, indeed. Appreciate you guys being here. JM Unleashed is here. Good to see you as always. You're awesome. Love JM Unleashed. Check out his channel, by the way, JM Unleashed. He did, I think, a live stream on the silver market. He knows a lot about the precious metal markets as well. And appreciate him being here. We got Cybercurrent Twitcher. Dean R is here. Michael K. Appreciate all of you all being here with us tonight. Let's go up here too. Dennis Seidel says here, is it true that Samsung has made a deal? I don't think so. I don't think so. As I mentioned. And by the way, Rocky, thank you so much. By the way, Rocky he's sent 10 Salivate Metal gift memberships. Thank you, Rocky. He is going to be on this evening as well. I think 8 p.m. Eastern time. Check out his channel and his live stream. Always good discussion there. A great member of the community. Let's see. Let's answer a few more, then we'll get right back here to the markets. Sal, it's early Sunday afternoon. I just tried to purchase a 100-ounce bar on one major online and 3 kilos of another. Declined. I don't know why. It's getting hot. There's a story about Chinese companies executive landing in Mexico. Yeah, I know. It's all over the place. And the thing is I hope you didn't make a purchase, John, thinking based off of that news, which has not been verified. But that's just it, and that's one of the dangers, you know what I mean? But yes, all right. I'm sorry you got declined. That is a pretty big purchase, but anyways, right now we're watching silver move up slightly. It did start out down. I actually had thought, since they had raised margin calls in the Shanghai Gold Exchange, that we would see silver fall a bit more. But yes, indeed, there it is. We're seeing the price rise a little bit here. $62.02. A slight move to the upside. Now it's down 4 cents, so go figure. So now, just as quickly as I slurp my coffee, it falls 4 cents from being up 4 cents to down 4 cents. And I think that is part and parcel to the Shanghai Gold Exchange raising their margins there. And so silver's falling a little bit there. They're digesting that news, is my guess. Probably once Shanghai opens, my guess is probably we'll see silver get hit harder over there. We'll see. But that is what we're watching here. Gold is up $6.10. Platinum is up $16. Platinum has done really well. $17.68 right now. Amazing. It is something else. Palladium is up as well. It's up over $1,500 to $1,300. About half of its all-time high of $3,000, or very close to it. There we go. All right. Will Sabe has diamond hands since 2013. Well, Will, stay tuned to this channel because we're talking about not just diamond hands, but to hold on to your core stack with, wait for it, diamond fists. Diamond fist. That's right. Can you acknowledge transmission, Will Sabe? Diamond fist. Say it with me, brother. Yes, indeed. All right. Silver now is trying to fight for a little bit of the green here. It's now down just a tiny, tiny fraction of a cent. When you see zeros across the board and they are red, that means it's down just a sprinkling of a cent. That's how they move there. Dignity, thank you so much for the 13 SEKs. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, Dignity. And very good. All right. Let's see here. Now silver's down 2 cents. We're going to come back to this and get a few more comments here, see what folks are saying. All right, Willa, there's a rumor. Yes, and it is just a rumor. And Samsung is now purchasing industrial silver bets directly from the mining companies in Mexico. Yep, and the only thing that we have anything remotely considering that is something that happened back in October, where a silver mine is working with Samsung with interest in a mine that will produce silver, spinning up a mine there, and they will buy silver from them 100%. But it's tied in with zinc and lead as well. But nothing has been substantiated. Again, a lot of the AI channels out there throwing this stuff around, and it could have originally came from a legitimate channel. But you know how those AI channels, they spin it out, but I've not heard anything about it. And apparently the one title I saw was from a secret envelope, or secretly released document or whatever. But of course, no one has the document. They won't share, just like this other thing about about the J.P. Morgan sending their all their trading gold trades to Singapore. And then comes I find out that the guy said, "Oh, well, it's only 50 of their traders, but 20 are staying behind." Well, that's a whole lot of people staying behind. That's for sure. If that's the case, and even so, we don't have any evidence or proof of that. All right, Silver Lion, did you miss the 10% increase in margin requirements of forced sale by the COMEX? That is what caused the paper price to drop. Let's see here. Well, I did a report on that, Silver Lion, a couple of days ago. I did talk about that and mentioned that could be the possibility. You just missed the video. Let's see here. Negan the Savior, how do you feel about a 1 ounce PAMP silver round I got as a beginner as well as an American Silver Eagle? Not sure if I made a mistake or should I buy something else? No, I don't think you made a mistake. Obviously, you don't want to pay very high premiums for them if you can help it, but the longer you hold on to it, that mistake will wash away in time. Yes, indeed. T-minus 140 minutes till liftoff. There you go. That's right, Michael K. Indeed, and here we are. The Sunday Night Market Watch is on. And right now, silver is trying to hold its head above water. It's down 1 cent. And I only think the reason why it's down is because of the margin call increases requirements there for the Shanghai Gold Exchange, following COMEX's lead here, apparently. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Very good. Gold is up $2.90 tonight, $4,303. It is up over $4,300 in the bid price right now. Platinum is up 12. Palladium is now turned negative into down $7. It is Christmas time. It is Christmas time across the marketplace here. Why do I say that? Well, not only is it because it's getting closer to Christmas, but we've seen several times now the numbers alternate. Here we got green with gold up, silver in the red with silver down. Platinum up in the green, palladium down in the red. That's what it's about. All right, very, very good. All right, let's get back over here and see what we've got happening this way. You've got Harley now. It's just a paper leaving the system. The key is that is paper. We all hold the real deal physical silver, 350 to 400 paper ounces, a single ounce of silver. Just keep stacking and check purity of new stock and the squeeze goes on. There's a lot of selling of physical too. There's a whole heck of a lot of selling of that. Matt Bittner, what price would you consider selling your gold and silver? That's very tough. I mean, I don't know. I may consider, if it were to really skyrocket in price, it would just depend on if my coin shop would even take it. The price has been rising so fast. Coin shops are being inundated with silver. Gold, I don't know, man. It's tough. It would be hard. It's still a ways to go for me to sell. And if I was going to sell, it'd only be a few ounces of gold, maybe a little bit more silver, but maybe not. And I would only do it, by the way, if I saw an opportunity or if I had to make another play for a different metal. But that's the only time I would do it. If I had to, number one, or if there was an opportunity that would come along where I felt like the money could be better spent. Because if I was to ever sell, I would not want to be holding on to this. I would want to transfer from this, the paper fiat currency, to some other entity. So that was why I would do it. I would not. I'm one of those. I'm one of those that holds on for many years. I've got silver in my stack that I bought at $4 an ounce. All right. Let's see here. Chuck Silvesto. Didn't they raise the margin requirements, causing longs to have come up with more cash, which forces liquidation? Holders did not want to sell the exchange to change the rules and force them to sell. Yes, they did raise them to 10%. Talked about that in another video. And in fact, I probably talked about it in this video too. Silver's price is what you can sell it for. This has already fallen to $50. Ignore the futures price and phony spot price. Yeah, there are two most important prices for silver are what you pay for it and what you sell it for. That's it, and it's all said and done. Now, obviously, spot price is important. There's a number of various different types of prices for silver, right? But in the end, the two most important prices are what you pay for it and what you get for it when you sell it. Welcome. Glad you guys are here with us. We got a good crowd with us tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. If you don't mind, now, I will tell you this. This is a big ask for you guys. This is an extremely tough ask, and I do apologize. I hate to ask this because it takes so much time and energy. But can you take the time and energy to press that thumbs up button for me? I know it's horrible because you have to actually move some muscles around your mouse or your finger to tap that thumbs up button. And it's expending a great amount of energy. You will probably be winded for the next 15 minutes after you do it. But hey, I would appreciate it if you could do me that solid. It would just be a winner chicken dinner. I did have chicken for lunch today, and it was good. A little slightly dry, but it's all right. You know what I mean? But so yeah, appreciate you guys doing that for the thumbs up button. And there you go. Littlefoot Stackers got it. Diamond Fist, brother. That's right. We never did get a confirmation of the transmission from the person who asked me about it. About diamond hands, but anyways, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, very good. Oh, shoot! Hold on a second here. We got something that popped in here. Oh man, thank you, Michael. Just let me know. 5 spot from Michael for the coffee fund. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Just thank you for the reminder. That came in 11 minutes ago. I just been so busy going back through here. I didn't see that. I've got it here, but I was have my mind on these markets. Now, thank you, Michael K, for the coffee fund. I slurp in your honor. Thank you, brother. Very kind of you. Thank you, Michael K. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. All right. The PayPals are much appreciated because I don't have to pay taxes on them with their friends and family. And YouTube can't take any of that money. They take 30% of the super chats. But anyways, all right. Now, let's see here. Okay, where are we at? There you go. That's right, Dignity. Diamond Fist, brother. That's right. Let's get over here. See what we've got happening this room. So there's where we're at. Silver is now up 3 cents. Up marginally here tonight, $62.01. And yeah, silver's just been amazing. Just thinking about $60 silver, even 5 months ago, we couldn't have dreamt this, in my view. I mean, there's other people that do dream it all the time, but, you know, for those of us who are more realistic about the markets, this is like, wow, blowing me away. And it's staying here. For the most part, it's staying in this area. And probably won't be over yet. That's right. Silver's up, and gold is up, too. Gold's staying up above $4,000 an ounce. Just amazing. All right, let's get over here to this. We have got Greg Ziegler here. Yep, another one about the Mexico thing. And again, I've not heard anything on it. Just what some of these AI channels have said. I bet you if I asked everybody that's heard about this, they watched the AI channel. And man, I tell you, it's crazy. All right, the Van Man. I've been calling for a gap up at the start of the week. Of trading resumption for a few weeks now. Just a matter of time that this occurs, as the spring is very taut indeed. Yes, indeed. A lot of attention in the markets for sure. All right. But remember, the supply chain stuff is starting to come back together. And I think some of this margin call increase is kind of trying to really kind of just put the nail in the coffin of it. But we'll see here. Graham Buckingham, apparently JP Morgan are now net long, but would like to see the evidence. Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm with you on that. Kenny Lidford here says this. I wanted to see another dip. Paying 63 to 70 for an ASE is crazy, but reality. Buy at the LCS if you can. You may be the best way to go at the time. Yeah, it's crazy how expensive things are getting. But yeah, you're right. There you go. Let's see here. Silver Hair Stacker is here. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here tonight. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. And let's see what we've got here with Rubizar. I expect silver to dip on Monday, but I will still have had to pull the trigger on 90% has below melt. Way to go. Get that stuff below melt is definitely a good thing. Mario, thanks, Brother Sal. Wishing you and your family blessed Sunday. Thank you, my friend. You get close to the holidays. Merry Christmas to you. Silver, what silver? Yes, indeed. There's some silver out there. Silver still available to buy. And yes, indeed. In fact, oh, look at that. Silver, by the way, is up now 11 cents. But I still think we may see it fall. We'll find out. We will see what happens. I still think we might see them fall in price. now that the SGE has raised margin calls. We may not see it until the markets open up in Shanghai. Yes, indeed. Well, let's see here. All right. Speaking of which, hey, if there is a dip, that might be a good time to buy. But hey, it may not be a good time to buy because it could fall even further. Same thing with now. Prices rising, it could rise even more. We just don't know. Always buy at your own discretion and understanding the markets. And whenever you do buy, always expect the price is going to fall. That includes from purchases that you buy from Summit Metals, a channel sponsor, a great company for sure. They have been in the game here, and they relatively new in the grand scheme of things of the bullion dealers out there, but they're really making a name for themselves. Yes, indeed. Very knowledgeable people there. And also, if you want the Salivate Metal round, they've got it in stock. Right there it is. So, yep, and so it's right there, and it's on sale right now. And they've actually lowered their premiums on it even more than what it was before. But of course, with spot price going up, it's more expensive. There's still a fairly high premium because they had to pay to get these things, at higher margins because they got a lower quantity of them. But there are some in stock if you're interested in that. Looking back here, we can see silver's holding its head above water for sure, and they are up 6 cents right now, $62.06. Gold up $4.90. Platinum up 5. Palladium is now taking a bit of a hit. It's down $26. My honeycomb piece of silver, I'm not sure what that is. Honeycomb piece of silver. I do have a honeybee coin that's got a honeycomb shape to it. And if that's the piece you're talking about, I think it got from Germania Mint made that one. Robert Tolmer, wow, that's a lot of trading. It sure is. Big time trades that were occurred. And they can't, that's unsustainable. That's kind of the point of that video. But yes, indeed. Richard Metcalf says here, I guess if I had paper silver and I knew I was facing a 10% haircut, I'd sell too. I was going to mention Samsung, but comments I already have it covered. And of course, where they got, that's just it. It's crazy. All right. Yes, CCT, but they're more expensive there. And but I'm encouraging people to get it from Summit Metals because they're cheaper there. And there's another reason why you should buy it from Summit Metals. That's you won't know about until later. So if you want to get the Salivate Metal round, they're cheaper at Summit Metals. But once they do run out of either place, they are not going to be back in stock for a long time, if ever. A lot of that because the rules have changed as far as how that stuff is done, and you'll find out more hopefully soon. Hopefully, very very soon. We'll see. William Rome, silver is the cure for lithium battery fires. Studies have found, indeed it is. But getting that technology up to par is going to be a challenge. Just ask Samsung; they're working on it now. But let's see here. All right, Baker's 924 says this. I don't understand why I should own physical silver over owning SLV, GLD, etc. The premiums on ownership is so high. Plus, you have to find a buyer. What if you get some counterfeit? Help me understand why I should own physical. Bakers, that's a very, very good question. It is worth the premiums because you own the physical thing that has been looked at as money for thousands of years, well beyond these other entities. There's risk, by the way, in holding SLV and the paper variants of it. Yes, they're very, very low premium and they're highly liquid. However, remember that you're not actually owning that which you are buying. In other words, the SLV, you're not buying silver. The GLD, you're not buying gold. You are buying the exposure to the price of those materials. That's it. It is not actually owning precious metals. It is worth the premiums. Now, there's nothing wrong with buying those to be exposed to the price. But it's not the same as stacking. I think you should have both. Or well, I mean, if you want to have ultimate liquidity, yeah, get in there and have that. But I think it's a good idea to have a physical stack in your possession. I think that's the best way. And there are ways to buy it and sell it. You have to learn those ways, and it is more of a pain than having to just selling the SLV and GLD, obviously. But it is worth it because it's the physical. There's nothing like the physical in your possession. And the old adage is really true. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. And SLV, GLD, that trading can stop at any point in time. And as CCT says, there's no paper trail if you own the physical, if you buy it, pay for it in cash. If you pay for it in cash at your local coin shop, as long as they don't ask for your ID or anything like that, there's no paper trail. So physical I don't own a single ounce in SLV or GLD, and it's not because I'm that against it. It's just I've just been a physical guy all my life. I'm also a cash guy. I always use cash for most of my purchases. All right, very good. Let's see here. Good question, though. All right, Chuck Silvesto says, I believe the silver to gold ratio will go below 16 to 1 this time. This time is different. Silver is needed for industry like never before. It is, but I still don't think it's going to go below that. That would be highly unusual. I'm not saying it definitely won't happen, but it's so unlikely, even with this time being different, I don't think, because there's a whole lot more that's holding gold up than there is keeping silver up at this point, honestly. And I honestly think that even though I still think there's room for silver to move up along the course of time, I still think we're due for a correction at some point in time. I don't know what that's going to look like, but we'll see. But anyway, just be prepared that could be the case. There's a lot of excitement around silver now, and I'm glad, but we can't be overly optimistic because we set ourselves up for disappointment. All right. Silver is now up 12 cents here to $62.11. Gold is up $7.60. Platinum is up 8. And palladium is still down, taking a pretty big hit right now. Down $23 tonight for palladium. All right. Let's get back to the comments, see what some are saying. Glad you guys are here tonight. This is a special broadcast. Why? Because the Shanghai Gold Exchange has raised their margins on silver, and I thought maybe we would see silver's price fall, and it very well could when the Asian markets, or when the Shanghai markets open up at 8. We'll see. All right. Jim Winklebauer, we haven't seen nothing yet. Buckle up and hold on. All right. We'll see. You might be right. Very good. All right. Very good. Let's see here. Oh man, thank you, J.M. Unleashed. Yes, appreciate that. If you're new to stacking silver, check that video. Thank you, J.M. Unleashed. Appreciate that, my friend. You are the man. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Posh, we came on at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we're watching the markets, answering some of your comments, and going back and forth and seeing what's going on. It's an interesting night here in the markets. I kind of was bracing for silver to fall out of the gate out of Hong Kong, but it has actually risen somewhat today. And because of the margin call increase that was announced from the Shanghai Gold Exchange, it just made us. They did it on Friday, but that news didn't break until today. Melvin Horsham says here, indeed, how much more can the manipulation continue? Geez, well, yeah, I mean, and some people say that part of the evidence of that is the margin, raising the margin calls. And is the Shanghai Gold Exchange part of that? I guess, I don't know. If you believe it, we'll see. All right, go. Thank you, Crusted White Bread, for your algorithmic emoticons there. Appreciate it. And ExasQ1 says, what's this rumor? It is just a rumor. And I don't know the original source of it, but like again, it was linked to a video that was AI that probably stole it from some other channel. That could have been AI too. I don't know. But I've not seen anything. The research I've done on it, it didn't do a whole lot, but I've not been able to find any evidence of that actually occurring. Let's see here. Bill Soderquist. Fractional gold is looking much more affordable now that 3 ounces of silver is pushing $200. Yeah, that's right. It sure is, for sure. Market volume is surprisingly light for what I was. Yes, yeah, market volume. Let's take a look at that, and that might be one of the reasons why silver has not fallen, because there's not been much activity here. And you're right. Yep, it is surprisingly light. So when Shanghai opens up, it very well could pick up pretty dramatically, like we saw last Sunday night. And then I think once that happens, I think that probably we'll see silver's price fall, and maybe even fall, fairly substantially out of the gate. We'll see there. All right. Thank you, Dean, for being here. Appreciate it. We're popping in tonight. There is Silver Heist is here. Check out Silver Heist channel. He posted a great video. Actually, he did a video about $100 silver as well as me, but for different. He had 7 reasons. We talked about an 8th reason, and my reason is number 9. It's crazy. I just got done recording my video when I saw his video. And by the way, check out Cybercurtain Twitcher. He did an announcement video for his cool invention, the CCT slide. They're now available in the US, so check his video out. All right. Bill 457, Shanghai did that increase because of the volatility of the markets to try to bring things, because it's been much more volatile in the Shanghai market with the stock holdings in the Shanghai Gold Exchange vaults of silver have fallen to 10-year lows, and so I think that's what the reason was. So they raising their margin calls to try to bring the trading back in line, and I think that is probably going to be bad for silver's price. And I think we'll see evidence of that when the Shanghai markets open. I could be wrong, but I think that's what's going to happen. But we may not see it. I thought we would see it a little bit, but as Razor Ready says here, it has been the trading volume has been really light here. And whenever the trading volume is light, the price tends to go up, apparently. So anyways, Hamilton Informant, recall 2004 peak oil at $168 per barrel. At that time, silver was $8 for the ounce. Today, 1 ounce of silver gets you a barrel of oil and a Big Mac. That's right. Times have changed. It sure has, for sure. All right. Very good. Okay, cool. CCT posted a collaboration video with Silverstruck. Nice. Very cool. All right. Very good. Oh, that's good to hear, Attorney. Summit is being competitive in their prices again with SD Bullion. That's great. Very good to hear. Yeah, Summit. They've got some really good deals on certain products. Other products, and their prices are not as competitive. But I think that's one of those things where the customer service is great, and they're really adding a lot of new services. They did pre-announce a service that they have, their portfolio tracker, and they announced a beta of that, and that's one of the things I was talking about, and it is going to be the best in the entire industry of any bullion dealers versions out there. The only other one that has one is APMEX, and this thing blows it away. It's just amazing. I saw they demoed it for me, and it was really, really cool. Really, really cool. So stay tuned for that. More on that later. Chief Narrowhead says here, be careful, the market is manipulated. Pullback is coming to $48.50. Okay, so he thinks we're going to see it fall back to that, and we'll find out. We'll see if it happens. Peter Schiff predicted Friday's big sell-off, and I was ready. I picked up a tube of 2026 maples in Canada and saved $4 a coin on the dip. Nice. Congratulations. It's the best time to buy whenever there's a dip like that. Biblical Fellowship, the Metals Bloodbath Day is coming. Get ready to back up the truck. Okay, we shall see what happens. Right now, silver's holding its head above water in Hong Kong with some light trading. It was up 13 cents just a second ago. Now it is up a dime, $62.09. Gold is up $5.90. So there it is. Let's see here as we slurp our way through this. And let's see here. More coffee. That's right. We want more coffee on the stream. That's right, Michael K. Thank you again for your super chat, or for your PayPal. Appreciate that. And I've got that where I can see if they pop through immediately now. I had that section. I wasn't able to see that section earlier, but I can see it now. All right. We'll revisit that again here. Let's press forward. We have got this. From David Baggins, I don't have much money, but I managed to order 3 1-ounce rounds this week on the dip. Keep my stat growing. There you go. Dollar cost averaging. That's definitely the best way to do it for sure. You are right. All right. Let's see here. We've got this. Much of silver's rally has been tied to the new AI tech and sector's expansion. Silver began selling off the exact same time the Qs did on Friday, following lackluster Broadcom and Oracle earnings with lower gross margins weighing on the NASDAQ. Despite 25 basis point Fed interest rate cut on Wednesday, Longer dated bonds have been going back up. With all that being said, it's unlikely the rally is over. There's been no blow off the top of FOMO buying, which would signal a reversal of trend. Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons. I don't think that was necessarily the major reason. Could have been the margins that COMEX had, a lot of selling profit taking. There could have been some of that involved in it. But yes, indeed. Okay. Oh, wow. Bitcoin is now below 88,000, says Damon. Wow, below 88,000 right now. It's crazy. All right, let's see here. AC, give me a break. Trump is getting rid of Powell because he's too hawkish. Trump wants even looser interest monetary policy than the insanity that we already have. How is the Fed being in bed with the government a good thing? The government will have them printing trillions every day if they had a say, as if the government is some kind of voice of reason when it comes to monetary policy. Well, that's just it. I think the thing is that they're pretending to be independent, but in all actuality, they're not. They're not, and they never really have. So I think that they're just saying that you might as well just work with the Treasury, and I think that's been the case, honestly. I mean, look at Janet Yellen. Good grief, she practically really does not really know a whole lot about monetary policy or economics for all intents. She doesn't know. You can tell by the way she speaks. She doesn't know about this stuff, especially with what she has said. So, which means she was a political hack, a patsy for the government. And honestly, you could probably say the same thing for Ben Bernanke, some of the others. We never truly had it. Thank you, North Star Stacker, with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that on this Sunday night. 403 Willie says here, they are trying to crush the price of silver, but it's not going to work. Silver has way too much momentum behind it, and $100 silver is around the corner. Okay, which corner, though? I've talked about that, actually, too, how we could see it happen soon, but it would take a whole heck of a lot of physical buying of silver by, about 10 more people just like David Bateman buying in, that amount of the market share of the mineable silver each year. We'll see here. Thank you, James Unleashed. Check out North Star Stacker's channel. Yes, indeed. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. All right. Silver Pug says, let's help collapse the paper markets even more. Buy more physical. Well, I don't think that should be our intention, to buy it to collapse anything. I think we should buy it to protect our wealth and to send a powerful statement that you actually have a monetary metal outside of the system. Yes, I know silver is an industrial metal. It's seen more like that in the markets, but it still is a monetary metal. And when you hold it in your possession, that's French for possession for those of you in Rio Linda, you are sending a powerful message that you are holding your wealth in sound money, not paper fiat currency. That kind of money is unsound and loses value every single freaking day. Yes, indeed. All right. COMEX is down to 28 million ounces of silver. Really? I've not seen that report because I heard they were inundated with silver. I've not heard that. Because all the silver, there's still a lot of silver that was sent over here. They sent a lot of it back, but there's still a lot of silver there that was sent over because of the fear of tariffs. Aaron Ritchie, the fraud can go on forever. And remember, the fraud causes prices to go down as well as up. Yep, that's right. Any manipulation can work in both directions. All right. Let's see here. End of year poll. All right. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Let's see here. Okay, that's a good idea. Let me see here. See what the pulse is of the community. Let me do this real quick. A very, very complicated question. Extremely complicated, long, and complex question that has a binary choice. You got to answer one way or the other. Yeah, I'm very curious. All right, thank you. All right, so thank you, Mark Razor. So there that is. See what you guys think. So far, 84% of you believe it will. And if you do partake in the poll, if you could also press the thumbs up button, oh, you would be a sweetheart. I would call you a sweetheart. Even if you're a guy, I would call you a sweetheart if you press the thumbs up button. All right, just saying. Let's see here. Let's get over here. We've got Matt Wingy. Spin your sucker wheel. Which way will it go this week? I think the cracks in the system are bleeding through, showing their true colors for the shorts. Keep on stacking. Yes, indeed. All right, we'll see. That very well could be. It puts pressure on them. They're showing their hand when they do that. Shanghai Gold Exchange just did it too. Thomas Larsoni. To clarify a few things, yes, China is stopping silver exports, but not until January 1st. And by the way, that's only a limited. They're only limiting some silver exports, not all of them. J.P. Morgan long, short rumors are just that, rumors. Indeed they are, for sure. And I don't want to partake in it without any substantial evidence, which is why the whole Samsung secret flight, just reeks of suspicious, I don't know. All right, look at this silver hanging on to some of its gains. It is up 10 cents, $62.09 for silver. Gold is up $6.70. Platinum up 9. Palladium and now down 18. So there it is. All right. Does anybody have a thumbs up count for me? I say yes. $93.41 in Australia, right, Sabinator? So we could see $100 in Australia very soon. Yeah, I might report on that if it does get there. $93.41. Let's see that in real time, shall we? Boom shalaka. $93.29 right now in Australia. Running the same pace as the dollar. It's up 10 cents there. Crazy. What is it in Canadian dollars? $85.38. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Wow. Crazy. All right, let's see here. Let's get back over to the comments, see what folks are saying here. We've got Winston Allen. COMEX raised margin rates 10% when silver got to 65. That's what happened. Yep, talked about that. I definitely talked about that. And let's see here. Greg Olson says, how about 20% of Americans buy 50 ounces? That's what I would like to see. You can stockpile silver and gold like we have arms. The LBMA does not expect mining to reach demand for 10 years. Banks and mining companies are stockpiling silver off the market. Everybody has a brain knows this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. COMEX is going to use all of its tools in their box to even make up new ones. Yes. Yeah, they're going to do their best to kind of keep things in line with what they believe. So we'll see here. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's get back this way. I'll be watching tonight. All right, is Todd here? I'm curious to see if Todd's actually here. If he's watching me or if he's watching the markets. Maybe it's a combination of both. I'm not sure. Yes, hello, Silversmith. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you guys. We've got KT Point Exchange. It's incredible how much they get away with in the PM market. Thanks for always keeping us informed. No problem. Thank you for watching. Always appreciate your viewership. Snakebite says, I'm glad when I haven't purchased it when I did. Holding tight. Yes, indeed. That's right. Hold on tight. Hold on tight for sure. 545 thumbs up. Thank you for that report. Thank you. So we have a 545 thumbs up. Maybe we can get to 1,000 tonight. That would be cool. KTB Silver says, I think I'm hallucinating. I could swear I heard you say 1 billion ounces in one day. That's crazy. Yes, indeed. Nuts. All right. Let's see here. That's paper ounces, by the way, not real ounces, by the way, just so you understand. Big difference. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rocky Superstar, for popping in tonight. All right. Nobody cares, says here. Imagine when we will be joined by whales around the world. Some are already slowly joining, but the big wigs are still to come. Smart buying also on his part. He doesn't have to wait for the futures contracts delivery. He just scoops up the metal straight from the refiner. Smart. Yep, exactly. It's exactly what's happening. That's what he did for sure. Mm-hmm. All right. Very, very good. Let's see here. Okay, let's see what we've got with this comment. From C. Phipps, rather than 10 more billionaires buying millions of ounces of silver, I'd rather see a million more in the Salvation Nation buying tens of each. Me too. Oh, I would rather see that too. But that would be nice. That would be something much nicer. All right, here's again this report here. Samsung landed in Mexico and bought their silver for $70 an ounce. Money's going to be crazy. Problem is I doubt I'd almost be willing to bet, even though the research I've done has been very minimal, I'd almost be willing to bet that that didn't happen at all. I'd almost be willing to bet it. People are buying the rumor. Always be careful what you hear and where you hear from, especially if it's from an AI channel. I cannot stress enough. Watch out for these AI channels. Bill 457, we finally got snow about 7 inches. Big whale of silver. I don't know if this guy holds gold, but I really think he has other plans for that much silver. Maybe he's going to start making baby pacifiers. There you go. That's just a feeling. There you go. I like that, Bill 457. That could be what he's doing. I love it. That's awesome. That's great. Bill's been with us when we take scammer calls. That's one of my products is a powder-coated baby pacifier or a baby rattle with silver. Yes, indeed. All right. Yep, that's right. Save your brain. That's exactly what I saw too. And people are twisting it to some overnight flight when they bought silver at $70 an ounce. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Save your brain. That's what I saw too. And people are twisting, I think, that story because that's exactly what I read as well. And that happened months ago, over a month ago when that occurred. All right. Okay. Let's get up here to this. Patrick Bateman. Yeah, I don't know who Patrick Bateman is, but that's David Bateman. Alex Barnes, I just want 1% of what he has. Yeah, that would be nice, man. Just 1% would be sweet. What time is it going to get exciting? Right now. Get excited. Do it. No matter what the silver price is, I want you to be happy and excited. It's Christmas time, right? You know what I mean? Just get excited over that. This is the time to get excited because silver has held its own, although volume is light in the trading. Volume is light in the trading, $62.11, but it is up tonight. Gold up $6.20, platinum up 9, palladium down 19. Now, when the markets open up in Shanghai at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we could see things move dramatically in the other way. Yes, indeed. Very good. So we'll see how that plays out. That's over an hour away. So anyways, all right. What do we have here? Shama Lama Ding Dong says, hey, I just a thought. With my latest surgery, I have open wounds to care for. Wonder if I should stuff a silver bar in there for microbial purposes. Yes, you should. And we do want details on his surgery. He actually had surgery on his butt, and I'm curious. I mean, he's been joking about it, but I'm actually kind of curious about it. I don't know if it was from hemorrhoids or what, but we'd love to know. Everybody wants to know. All right, let's see here. Let's move on ahead here, see what we've got in the next comment here. We've got this from Clifford20. Says the following: we don't necessarily need retail, he says. We don't need whales. What silver needs is true price discovery and the manipulation to end. Silver is the most undervalued asset by far, geologically locked in a ratio of 8-to-1, considering the industrial consumption, then the 381 paper physical cabal. I just don't see this lag going on forever. I think silver should be a minimum of $350, $500 right now. Good day's pay should be the absolute bottom. Look at how much household needs to afford life today. And this should be attainable by one person, though most cannot. Not to mention inflation adjusted. The printing machines are now fired up. Just my opinion here. Well, thank you for your opinion, Clifford. I understand it in principle. Sadly, there's a lot more to the markets, and the silver market is much more complex than that. Silver is an industrial metal. That is what is driving the price mostly, although it is following gold a lot as well. But it is that's one of the reasons why the ratio is so high. And there's other factors that you have to play in as well too, which is why I think retail can be important in time if enough people were to buy, um, because that's going to put stress on the paper markets. And when you put that much stress on them, there's no other option. But I do think it would probably take a fair amount of whales, although preferably it would be better if we had 1 million small purchasers than 10 whales. I think that would be a better way to do it. But that's highly unrealistic. Americans and most in the West, they don't get precious metals, so they don't feel it's important enough. Everybody's about digital assets and about cryptocurrencies, meme coins, and everything. Although some of that may be changing a little bit, but there's a lot of selling back into the market as well. So that's something else to consider. There's a whole heck of a lot of that happening. Paulo Lasso, I bought myself a 5-ounce Libertad for Christmas. All right, nice. It's the most I've ever paid for silver. But I don't have any Libertad, and it's something I've been wanting. Well, congratulations. There's something about buying that special piece that you've been wanting. You get it, and look at it, and you enjoy the design. That's how I felt about my 2015 Kilo semi-reverse proof looking Libertad. I love that piece. I might pull it out for a video too. It's just one of my favorite silver pieces that I've got in my stack. 1 kilo of silver from Mexico. Mexican silver special, since they're the largest producer. All right, let's take a look here what we have. Okay, silver holding on. The volume at the top of the hour here is still very light. In fact, it's even more light than before. It is really thin trades happening now, as our rates already pointed out, and I appreciate him doing that. Just hovering around this area, but still kind of up a little bit. So when Shanghai opens, I think that's when we're going to really see a lot of activity, a lot of action. So we'll see what happens there. We've got unaffiliated, says, wasn't there a woman that had purchased a crap ton of silver, 1 or 2? Yes, we heard about that too. Although, honestly, that was a big deal. That was done through Andy Sheckman. All we have is his word. There's been no receipt shown. And again, I like Andy Sheckman fine enough, but unless we see actual proof of it, we have to take it as a grain of salt, honestly. Because I don't know that there's any substantial. I mean, we have his word. He actually did the transaction, but and she even said, according to what I heard, that there was that she was fine with being mentioned. And you can black out names, but you can show receipts. You can show receipts. All right. Hey, look at this. Jason Hub has just become an honorary citizen on his own accord. Thank you, Jason. Everybody welcome him in as a channel member. Very nice of you to join. Appreciate that so much. And let's see here. Very good. Okay, we have got this. Here we've got Greg Ziegler. Wow, that guy has a warehouse full. He just took several thousand pounds off the market, and that will run the prices up some. Yes, I think it will. But any amount of buying, I think any amount of buying that people do, they should buy and hold. I believe in holding a very core stack. And if you can resist the urge to sell now, I would do that. Hold on with that diamond fist. That's why I feel so strongly. That's why I wanted to take the diamond hands to a whole new level. Because, it's one thing to hold a piece of silver in your hand, but when you grip it tight, with a tightened grip, you're holding with a diamond fist. That's pressure and time, the hardness of a diamond. Those diamond hands ball up into a fist, and that just takes it to the next level. Oh, yeah. All right. Bill Arrington, hearing that story makes me feel more like a minnow. I'm definitely not in the whale category. Well, welcome to the club, Bill Arrington, but that's okay. A lot of minnows swimming together is a powerful school of fish. So keep that in mind. There you go. Dinar is holding his right now. That's awesome. Yes, indeed. Hold on your silver. Very, very good. Yes, indeed. All right. You guys are great. Thank you for being here tonight. A good amount of viewers. If you are here, let me know what you think about silver's price hitting $70 by the end of the year. Participate in my poll and press the thumbs up button if you're here as well. I know it takes a lot of time and energy to do it, but it is appreciated. And Jason Hub with a 10-spot super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, man, he listens to me every day. Would love to reach out and share a project with you. I'm making a really cool website for the Silver Stacker community. Cool, Jason. Yeah, hit me up on email. I'll check it out. Yes, indeed. That's great. That's cool. All right, now Ibji with Diamond Fist. There you go, brother. Yes, indeed. All right, and we've got this Richard Metcalf. There you go. Went back to the archives of the older videos and says this. We'll look at the markets again in just a minute. Stick with me here. All right, Richard Metcalf is here from the future on the video that I have entitled The Price You Pay to Hold Physical Silver and Gold. That's right. There's a price you pay to do it. I'm here for the future. And silver just took a hit over 2% and dropped down to $61.89 and gold over $4,200. If I have told you this at the moment you recorded this, you would say it was nuts. That's right, Richard Metcalf, I would have. But look at where we're at right now. Crazy. In fact, if you would have told me this probably even a year ago, I probably would have thought you were nuts. Crazy. All right. Very good. Let's take a look at the markets now. We have got this. Silver is still up, but up slightly in thin trading tonight. It's up $62 and a nickel, up 6 cents tonight. Gold is up $3.80. I'm actually surprised that the trading is so light. And again, I want to thank Mark Razor for pointing that out to us. But considering what, and it very well could be that was the case in the raising the margin rates in the Shanghai market, is that just the trading will become thin because of the margin requirements. So therefore, silver just may stay where it is. Think about that for a moment. Silver may stay kind of where it is because of the margins going up. People may decide not to trade. They may not sell. They may just hold the line, which could keep the prices kind of where it is. So we'll see. We shall see here. Let's see here. All right. Where are we at? Pressing forward here tonight. We've got Familiglum says here, seems like the exchanges will go empty of silver for sale this year. Well, I think they're going to try their best for that not to happen. In fact, we're already seeing it. The Shanghai Gold Exchange is already replenishing some of their silver at this point in time, from what I understand. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I think they're going to try their best to not make that happen. But any more pressure, I think that the thing is probably you're just going to see that squeeze is going to continue to some extent if we see more buying in the industrial sector, in ETFs and physical, like what David Bateman done. What David Bateman has been doing has been remarkable. I think that really has contributed. That's a pretty big chunk. I know it may not sound like much if it's just a percentage of the annual mining supply, but given that supplies are already tight and he's taking more off the market to the tune of 350,000 ounces. Which is pales in comparison to what he bought just back in March. It's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. Incredible. 13.8 million ounces or 430.5 tons. Guys, this is 11 to 12 full truckloads of silver. Yes, that's the total amount that he's bought year to date. Or, I think year to date. Just amazing. Amazing. So there it is. Thank you, Ludo, for that. And we've got this from Bill Arrington. Nice interview. $70 would be bittersweet. Yes, indeed it would. I tell you what, it'd be a tough thing because there's, especially if you want to buy more, it's tough. It definitely leans on the bitter side. Thank you, J.M. Elise. Appreciate you, sir. Watching. Silver Sleuths, 10 more Batemans or 1 million more stackers would hurt my feelings. Yes. All right, there you go. I would prefer it be the masses that buy the silver. Send a message by buying an ounce of silver. I think you think about it. I think having a little bit of silver in your stack is good if you're a new stacker. And I think that, honestly, I'm still thinking about buying silver even at these prices, honestly. Output the rock. They simply increased the margins from 20K to 22K to 64 to 1 to create an artificial sales pressure and crash the price of 61.24. Stop the up move the week before the cooling problem. That will be it coming Friday. Okay, we shall see. The cooling problem, by the way, still needs to be explained. We've not heard anything from it. It's suspicious, but anyways. But Glenn D, above $70 next year by the end of the year. How about by this year's end? Well, I have a poll, and so far 73% of you in this chat here tonight believe we will see it by the end of this year, which is only a couple of weeks away, right? That's way more than it hit. Silver has been moving lately. Happy holidays, Silver Sackers. Yes, indeed. Yep, it's crazy. So far, the majority of you believe that we are going to see silver hit $70 by the end of the year. 73% of you think that's going to happen. All right. We've got Deep Knock says David is a different guy. His radical honesty and worldview are not common amongst his peers. He seems like a fellow who's been taking individualism seriously and what he sees from unskilled eyes. I agree with him. There you go. All right. Attorney Michael Aline, we all know what is really happening with cooling, and the end of the COMEX is near. Yeah, we need to find out what's happening there. I mean, I wasn't one of those immediately got into a conspiracy as to what occurred, but it needs to be explained because it is was such a big deal, and it is it is suspect, but it needs to be explained. There needs to be an investigation into it. And in fact, if there's not, then it's going to just raise more questions. All right, silver is now up 13 cents in thin trading tonight, as we are now well into the second hour of the broadcast, less than an hour away from the Shanghai markets opening up. And I think there we may see more action. And usually these margins, although they're kind of showing their hand, which means that the price will probably recoup and recover, and we might see an increase. We might see a hit tonight yet. I think we may, or it could just, the trading could continue to be light, and we could see the prices hovering right around this area. So we'll see. We'll see what here. All right. Absolutely crazy. Let's get over here. So there's where these markets rest right now at 8 minutes after 6. Let's get back over here to the comments and see what some of your folks are saying. And let's see here. Okay, we've got Kenny Power, who is a brand new stacker. Welcome to the fold. Ordered my first stack online this month. Congratulations. My question from a greenhorn here. If the silver market is being manipulated by hedge fund managers or bullion dealers and all these YouTube videos I've been watching or what have you, how will silver ever reach 100, 250, etc.? Won't the players manipulating the price market just keep doing what they do to keep silver prices down? Isn't it fair to say the manipulation of those prices will never exist? I don't know. This is why I asked. Well, good question. Especially as a newbie, that's a very good question. And this, I think, is a good argument. The reason why one can make a coaching case why there is no real suppression or manipulation to the effect that, well, suppression is really what you mean. Smacking the price down. And I do think there may be some. I'm open-minded to it, but I think it may piggyback on top of what is already happening in the natural market to exaggerate the fall, maybe. I don't know. But nonetheless, I think that some of those that do believe in the manipulation angle think that they've run out of steam and now the true price discovery is occurring or beginning to occur. So, but anyways, very good. So I think that's kind of where that is. But we'll see how it plays. A lot of it's going to have to do with the physical market too, and the physical market is tight, but it is starting to come back together. Hence why we're in contango as opposed to backwardation. When we were in backwardation, it was a real stressful time for these LBMA, especially the LBMA, but also the Shanghai Gold Exchange. Very, very good. All right, let's see here. Aaron, trademark registered, is new here. Watched one silver video 30 minutes ago and it destroyed my YouTube algorithm. Oh, man. Well, hey, thank you. Yeah, some of those algorithms, now they're going to be showing you all the same types of videos, but I'm glad you're here. Appreciate you popping in and being a part of the community. It is a tight-knit community here and with precious metals, although it's very expansive. There's a lot of different viewpoints on it. And but yeah, we are here. We are here. All right. Yes, indeed. Yes. I love the word contango. You ever seen that show with Sylvester Stallone called Contango and Cash? Only some people will get that joke. But anyways, all right. Very good. Let's see. We've got Tom Sanders. Well, I bought 13 1-ounce coins last Friday and put a dent into me, but that's okay. I tell you what, it may have put a dent in your wallet, although I hope it didn't, although obviously it did because you spent the money doing it. But it also emboldened you. It protected you. So with sound money, think about it in that way. Yes, indeed. All right. Yes, thank you, JM Unleashed. How to avoid VAT in silver in the UK. Check out very important video by Cybercurtain Twitcher. Very kind of JM Unleashed to post that. Very cool. Yes, backwardation does sound kinky. Indeed it does. And we've got Todd Brown, smart guy. He didn't get rich by being dumb. That's true. True that. True words are never spoken. Yes, indeed. All right. And Jesse Gomez. Better yet, an increase by 1% of the population as new stackers buying a tube of silver a year. Yes, that would be even better. And I should have mentioned that in the video because you're exactly right. That would be much better. An organic movement by the masses is always much better. Sends a very, very powerful statement. A very, very powerful statement indeed. All right. All right. Good to see you guys. 79 is here. She just crashed the party. Now we can't have any fun. Everybody's got to behave because she's here. All right. She who shall be named because she's 79. That's not her age. I just found out that is not her age. All right. Silver is king. C130 Hercules. And that's right. Silver's doing pretty well. That's for sure. I still think gold is probably the king of the precious metals, but I like silver too. We can call it the princely prince of the metals. All right, Mr. the Guy, Mr. the 1, 2, 3, 4 guy says, no fun. Who wants to pay $1,000 for a 10-ounce bar? Use your 5 or 6 for that price. That was fun and felt like a haul. Doing the monthly was a great feeling. Luckily, I can play with the stack I already have. There you go. That's right. New stackers have a hill to climb. Yes, indeed. It is a different time for the new stackers, and it's more of a gamble, I think, for new stackers these days. But I think it's worth it. Tucson Bubba is here with the bourbon pump to cleanse the entire chat, to provide, yes, indeed, appreciate that. A good comment here, yes, indeed. All right, let's take a look at the markets now again, shall we? Silver up 9 cents right now. Gold is up $3.20. Pretty stable evening. Not a lot of trading happening right now. I think we may see some action potentially or not. I know we're either going to see action or not. That's always the case for anything, right? But especially considering why this is a special night is because the Shanghai Gold Exchange has raised their margins to 17%, I believe. And that raising of the margins means that we could see silver's price fall, at least in the interim, as a reaction to that, much like what happened on Friday before they go back up again. We could see that happen in overnight trading, and maybe that might start here before the next and the next hour comes aboard here. We shall see. I may go a little bit in and see if that does happen. I'm not sure. If we can hold on to some viewers, I might continue. So stick with me if you want to see what happens in Shanghai at 8 o'clock. I don't want to overlap too much with Rocky's stream, though. Very good. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm with you, Silversmith. I think those days are long gone. All right. And let's see here. Yep, the COMEX raised at 10%. I talked about that in a video as well. And I think that's showing their hand. And I think that, we're going to see, and we're already kind of seeing recovery in the Asian markets now. And I think next week, it'll be very interesting next week with the COMEX raising at 10%, the Shanghai Gold Exchange raising at 17%. It'll be very interesting to see what London does. Yes, indeed. All right. So there we are. Okay, let's slurp our way through here. And again, just to show you again that it's been a very light night so far, and I think that actually could be telling us something very big about these margin increases. This is quite telling, and I think that this is exactly what Mark Razor was pointing out. The trading volume is very light here, and I think that's telling that probably people are spooked by those margin call increases and they're not trading as much. We may see that continue in Shanghai, or Shanghai opens up and we may see it fall fairly dramatically. We'll see. All right, Tom Sanders says here, let me pull over this way and see if we can make this happen here. Look at the evidence. Historically, silver prices rise. America puts it on the critical list. Silver's prices rise more. Chinese limit exports and load in more domestically. Silver prices rise even more. Billionaires, banks, institutions, individuals load into more physical paper silver. It adds up to silver's price. Restraints have fallen off. Anything can happen now. Smart people have seen the fall of fiats and the safety of the metal. I saw it myself last January when I came home from the grocers after spending $250. It only had 2 steaks in the bags. It's becoming monopoly money. And the dollar is then, imagine what all the other fiats are doing. That's right, exactly. Australia is about to see $100 per ounce. So people a lot smarter than me saw it a lot earlier. I did too, but I stubbornly hung on to my blessed dollar because I'm a patriot, and it's meant so much to me in my life, but enough is enough. Since that day, since last January, I loaded up on my cash. The silver, the metal has doubled, and gold has done well too. Exactly right. Those of you sitting in the mountain of a metal accumulated over a lifetime, nobody's happier than you. That's right. Amen. That's right. We've done well. It's a validation for sure. They're trying to keep the price low so they can buy more and mitigate their losses, says Caterpillar Silver. All right. And very well could be, and I talked about that in this video too, about ways you're doing it. It's a cycle of trading. And is that manipulation? No. And I mentioned that from a post on X, that's a cycle where people can profit on it in the paper markets. And they do that. They're betting. It's still a gamble, but that's what's happening. Okay, thank you, Clever Name. Thanks for popping in tonight, Clever Name. Have a wonderful night. Appreciate you being here. And we get 90% junk silver. Give a man a pew-pew and he could rob a bank. Give a man a bank and he can rob everyone. Yeah, no, I hear you. I love it. That's great. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, yeah. Very, very good. Thank you, 90%. Greg says here, yep, Friday was a 10% increase in the COMEX margin requirements. They increased them 5 times in a week to destroy the Hunt brothers. They changed the rules to save themselves. They make the rules and change them at will to protect themselves, which is another reason why the David Bateman thing is so important. You know, he's just buying physical. That's even different than the Hunt brothers. And margin requirements really don't matter to physical stackers, right? It does not matter. And very, very good. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's get over here to this. Make this happen. Now, Matt Bittner with a glass of milk and Motocon. Thank you, Matt. I think he was in here asking questions. I don't know if he's still here, but appreciate it. Grateful Fool Girl says, it's 3:08 p.m. on 12/14/2025, and silver's already moving. Had been 62.17 since Friday and started inching, and is still 62.24 now. Yeah, it's crazy. Silver's holding on in light trading tonight. We're watching it live. Yes, indeed. We're going to watch it again here in just a moment. We're going to look at the markets here and see what they're doing as I slurp my coffee first. Then we'll do it. Oh, yeah. Where are we at? Let's boom. There we go. Silver still up. Again, not much act. I don't think we're going to see much happen until potentially 8 o'clock. We'll see here. Yeah, Andy, gold. Yeah, coming in late, brother. We talked about that. A lot of AI channels have been pumping that stuff out. Do not believe the AI channels. Stay as far away from these AI channels as possible. They're bad news. A lot of them steal content from others and conflate all this stuff together to aggregate data and pop it out for views, and they're getting lots of views. People are going crazy over that thing, and it's just, there was another one too that was a couple of days. You're gonna see more and more. I get so many comments, so many people talking about it. If you see an AI channel, and they're very easy to discover, they're very easy to. You should be able to really how to pick out an AI channel. I might have to do a video on that, because the more views they get, the more of them that will pop up, and it's going to be a whole big problem for the entire silver stacking community. And I don't know, these AI, and the thing is, a lot of them, they're supposed to say if they're altered content, but you got to look down in the description. It's not really shown on the video, but some of them find sneaky ways around it. But bad news. Have a good night, CCT. Thank you, brother, for coming on. Check out Cyber Curtain Twitcher's channel. Great member of the community. He's got a report of the silver slides that he's produced. Excellent handcrafted silver slides that are now available in the United States of America. If you want one, check out his latest video to get one of those. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Very, very good. And let's see here. So now silver's up a dime. Gold up $2.90. Platinum up 6. Palladium down $20. So there it is. All right, let's see here. All right. MW. Yeah, that's right, CCT. They should have a watermark on those videos. They really should. Very good. Okay, Jason Hub is an AI developer. Okay, very good. So he knows about AI. That's good. Yeah, that's does it 24 hours a day. Wow, amazing, Jason. Yeah, so he knows better than anybody about how this stuff works, and what it is there was one that was stealing my content, and it was funny. They made this guy that had a skullet. You know what a skullet is? It's a guy that's balding on top, but he had scraggly long hair, looked like Devin Townsend from A Strapping Young Lad. And this guy, they usually speak kind of in a monotone kind of voice, like a software dictation, and they have the person there either in front of a bunch of B-roll video of silver and gold, and they're talking sort of in, I won't say it's robotic, but you can tell there's no nuance, there's no life in it. My videos, part of the reason why they're unscripted is I want you to know that I'm real. And the only time I'm reading anything is if I'm referencing an article that I'm talking about, but you'll know it's really me. But yeah, so that's good. We have somebody here that knows about AI, and yeah, it's crazy. But these channels, they're going all over the place, and it's just it's gonna hurt the I think it's gonna hurt the silver community. They're having a big impact. And it's not about, necessarily competing for views, or but when they steal other people's content, that's where it becomes a problem, and a lot of them are. And it's not just content from other channels; they're stealing it from articles too, or opinion pieces, or they may just write the stuff, or have the AI write it, because AI really just gets stuff from around the internet, right? Mostly. And so it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy stuff. All right. MW7527 says, I was talking about silver to family over Thanksgiving, and yesterday my aunt called and said she had my uncle's silver coins and wanted to know if I wanted them. I said yes and offered to pay. She bought them over 25 quarters, 40 dimes, all from the 60s. She refused to be paid out, so we made her dinner and talked about my uncle's Navy career. Definitely won't sell those beauties, but it feels really nice to get such a legacy gift. That is awesome. Pretty amazing. What a way to keep it in the family, have her pass it down to you, and that is awesome. And very, very cool story. Yes, indeed. All right. And Carolina Pirate, COMEX caused the sell-off by raising marginal requirements on Friday. Yep, talked about that. and in the video as well. Donna Kerr says, in 10 years from now, we should all sit down and reflect and have a good laugh. Did Samsung go into Mexico and secure silver at $78 an ounce? It's a good price for them if that was a good price. For us, I'm still buying today's prices will be tomorrow's deal of a lifetime. And remember what we were paying just 2 short years ago. Yep. And again, that came from the same AI video. And, it's just crazy. And now it's spreading around like people are just spouting it off as truth. And let's see here. All right. Let's see where we're at in the price of gold and silver now. Light trading, not a lot of activity. Silver's hanging on to its right around 10 cents up. Gold up $2.20. I guess we'll really find out what is going to be happening when the Shanghai markets open up at 8, just over half an hour from right now. Right now, 74% of the 710 votes of you believe we're going to see $70 silver by the end of this year, which is just a few weeks away. So, good. See what you guys, and if you do vote in the poll, press the thumbs up button as well. So can somebody give me a thumbs up count? We'd love to see if we can get 1,000 thumbs up tonight. Believe it or not, there's enough people in this chat right now watching this live stream that if they press the thumbs up button, we would get to 1,000 likes just like that. It could happen that quick. There's enough people that could do that, even with the number. And I don't even know how many thumbs up because I can't see from where I'm at here. Because if I refresh my window, it goes nuts. We're at 720. Okay, there you go. So we need 280 more. So there's definitely enough people here that we could cause it to do right over the top to 1,000, literally in a heartbeat. There's enough people signed in accounts that can make that happen. Very good. All right. So there's the markets. We're going to keep an eye on this, and I may stay up until. Stay live until 8 o'clock, at least just a little bit after, just to watch the markets open up in Shanghai to see if there's any change. So we'll see what happens there. I think that we may see it continue to trade thin like it is now, or a lot of trades to the downside because of the Shanghai Gold Exchange raising their margins to 17%. Thank you, Savage. Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see TR Dutch. A lot of good folks here tonight. Appreciate you here with us. Gordon Cleve, thumbs up. Keep the information flowing, Sal. I will do. I will. Thank you, sir. I strive to bring you the latest news and analysis in the world of precious metals and hopefully a little bit of entertainment along the way. So I appreciate you guys being here. We do this every Sunday night. This is the only channel that does a market watch consistently every Sunday night. And Jason Hub, thank you, sir. Jason, I appreciate it with 10 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, Jason. Jason signed up to become a channel member on his own, and he just gifted some of you some gift memberships. Thank you, Jason. And by the way, we found out that Jason, who's been watching the channel, is a professional in artificial intelligence. So it's what he does. So I'm anxious to learn from him. That is cool. Wow. It's amazing where it's going. And I'm not anti-AI. Don't get me wrong. I'm just against these AI channels that can just be popped up and are throwing misinformation out there. I think it's just that's the only thing I don't like. If we're going to have a community, it should be real people where there's accountability, not hidden behind artificial intelligent voice. That's the only thing. But I'm not against the artificial intelligence. I think there's going to be some good that's going to come from it, for sure. I mean, there can be bad from it. It depends on. It's like a tool. It can be a tool for good. But it's pretty scary how fast it's developing, and humanity's got to be able to get a hold of it and get a grip on it. And I'm sure the ethics and the morality of it is something else that Jason Hub is very aware of and likely. Oh, he's got a channel too. Cool. All right. So check out his channel. Very cool. Thank you. I'll have to check that out later. All right. Big Rezo says, I think the sociology is going to hit harder for some when it drops. Yes. And that is what I'm warning against. If we see silver get hit hard consistently and we see that consolidation and it pulls back to $50 an ounce, dude, it's $50 an ounce. We should be happy about that. Or even if it goes to 40, I don't think I don't think it's going to be much lower than that, honestly, below 40 if it does see the pullback. Yeah, fishy fun. That's exactly what it is. They just want clicks for ad revenue. That's exactly what it is. And to me, it's a cheap way to do it, especially if they're using misinformation. All right. P. Ryan Limerick says the following. Tragura is a major global commodity trading house which operates outside public exchanges like COMEX by securing direct long-term supply relationships to serve industrial and logistics-driven customers. Is another major MRA trading metals trader that also operates outside the COMEX. They both act as intermediaries connecting producers like mining companies with the consumers. Interesting. Did not know that. Working outside of the system. All right. Let's take a look and see what we've got here with the markets. So peruse our way through here tonight. Silver now up just 4 cents. Up just 4 cents tonight as we continue to watch things roll. And gold is up $2.60. Like I said, trading has been very light, as Mark Razor has pointed out earlier. And so there it is. And gold up, platinum up $4, and palladium has taken the biggest hit tonight. It's now down $15. It was down worse than that earlier. All right. Let's see here. And let's see here. Let's see what we've got. So there's where the markets are now. Let's see here. Let's get down into some of the older comments here from videos gone by. It's all about what JP Morgan is doing, right? There's not a single other factor. Get real, Ken. Yep, much more than just that. What JP Morgan is doing. The dollar is a new penny. Yeah, I know, I tell you. That's really right. Exactly. That's really a good way to do it. But point it out because the dollar has lost about 98 to 99% of its value since 1913. Chuck Stuff says here the following. If I was the president and I was looking for some silver to seize, JP Morgan stock is the first one I'd be looking to move along, and then I go from there. What are they doing messing the commodity markets besides further screwing things up? They need to go into a timeout. Yeah. Well, they did kind of get that with their $900 billion fine that they had to pay. Let's see here. Or $900 million. Europe window cleaning. It's true. JP Morgan has sold all of its short positions. This is big news. Silver is not going to stop going up. For a long time, it will hit $80 within the end of the year. Well, they raised their margin calls 10%, and silver went down the next following day. But thank you. Triple digits next year, says Chad Wolf. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. All right. Let's see here. We've got this from P Party. Hit 2.79 million ounces today. I'm really grateful for the knowledge and nuggets you had thrown my way over the last month shared. Okay, this might be... that might be spam, but I'm not sure. There's no comments after. It's not very specific, so we'll leave it alone. You don't sell off a short position, you buy it back. Yep, and I talked about that in another video just recently about that, but how you buy it back. Maccabees, last week of the year, it might skyrocket. Big Christmas talk and investments in the gold and silver, maybe hit 90. Yeah, some people think we might see 70. In fact, 74% of people in my chat watching right now think we might hit that magical $70 by the end of the year. And if you are here, I hope you will consider getting us over 1,000 thumbs up. Where are we? The thumbs up. Did we get it? There's enough people here that we could reach it in an instant. Where if we get to 1,000 thumbs up, we're getting closer. But I don't know where we're at right now. Very good. Let's see here. And let's see. Where are we at here? Let's see. We've got moving to the next comment. We've got a day. Silver will continue to cost more dollars as long as the dollar is counterfeited by the Fed. There was a time where it could be manipulated, but then then when there was a surplus, yes. And now there's not a surplus. Yeah, Razor Ready. JP Morgan has bought a lot of silver recently. They have, yes, indeed. They have bought a lot of silver. John Morgan, Diamond Nuts, 1,000 times. Discovery Silver up 1,140, 64% in 2025. All right. There you go. I think he's being facetious there. All right. And we've got Todd DeLarone, Mr. Todd DeLarone. Then we'll look at the markets again here in a second. It says, hey there, ever seen a disconnect between the official spot price and what you can actually buy and sell silver at? Eagles in my area are $2 below spot, 90%, $5 adjusted below spot, and 10-ounce bars, $8 below spot. And where I'm at, you cannot sell large bars of Eagles, sell back $8 below spot. Wow. So I've not seen where you can buy silver below spot. Some places may have that because a lot of people are selling and they need to move some. So it would not surprise me. I'll have to check with my local coin shop to see, one of my local coin shops to see what they're doing. I'll be very curious to see how that, all right, let's see here. How they're handling that. Let's do one more here before we get back to the markets on this morning's video about David Bateman's latest purchase. Razor Ready with a Salivate Metal gift membership across the bow. Thank you, Razor Ready. Appreciate that, Mark Razor. North Star says, we are just little minnows compared to some of these whales. Keep stacking. But a lot of minnows makes for a large school of fish. And it is a good idea that we hang on and we stay minnows. Very good. Thank you. Thank you again, Razor Ready. Appreciate that for gifting that Salivate Metal membership. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got in the markets now. Silver now up 11 cents. In light trading, now up a dime. It's kind of stayed this way. Trading pretty much, almost non-existent. Very, very light in the opening hours in Hong Kong. I think kind of a wait and see what Shanghai does when they open up at 8. We may stay there and see what we've got. Can somebody give us a thumbs up count? We're trying to reach 1,000 subs and thumbs up tonight. We're going to probably wait till 8 o'clock to see what happens with the markets. And as they open up at Shanghai, it could be either flat like it is right now, or the volume could go up and the price will fall, as opposed to the volume going up and the price will rise. I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right. So there we're at. Gold up $6.20. Platinum up $3. Palladium down 14 tonight. There it is. Let's get back over here. Back to the markets again. We are at TR Dutch. This is very telling. So Bateman isn't just stockpiling because he's in the tech industry. He's also a believer in real money. Exactly right. That's right. We keep hearing about all the tech needs of silver, but curiously, we wonder why we wouldn't big players like Musk be all in. Well, Bateman is the first. We shall see if somebody else follows suit. And the thing is who's to say that Elon Musk is not all in on silver? He very well could be. But the thing is he's not going to tell you about it, right? He may be using a hedge fund to take delivery of physical or buying it in an even more discreet manner to process it for his products. He probably has been doing that for years. The last thing he wants to do is announce it because, he doesn't want to cause the price to rise. So he can get it cheap. You know what I mean? We have 887 thumbs up. All right. Very cool. Thank you, guys. We need just over 100 more. Savage says we have 898. So there we go. All we need is about 102 more. If 898 is it, or if it's 989. I don't know what it is. But anyways, thank you, guys. So hopefully we'll get there. If you are here, if you haven't done so already, we're trying to get 1,000 thumbs up tonight. Let's get over here and see what we've got with this comment from Jay Wolf. Lately, I think if it gets too high and the government is running out for batteries for solar, they will just come take it, sadly, just like they did in the 1930s. Well, they didn't take any silver in the 1930s, and they're not going to do that. They wouldn't do that now. I highly, highly doubt that would ever happen. I mean, yeah, the supply is tight, but it's not that tight. And even if it were to get that tight, good luck trying to make that happen. I don't think it would. All right, very good. All right, 921 thumbs up. Thank you guys for getting closer to that magical 1,000 thumbs up tonight. All right, appreciate it. All right, yeah, thank you, Chastity Alday. Thank you, popping in. Yes, it was likely somebody here tonight that gifted it. Mark Razor gifted one. I don't think he's here anymore, but we had Jason's Hub as well that gifted you to that. So thank you. All right, let's see here. Okay. Bluetooth blades. The bars are my favorite, and those bars are beautiful. Almost all my silver are bars, with the exception of 2 tubes, and the 2 tubes of Buffalo rounds. 1 Libertat and a few others. Nice. All right. Very, very good. The bars are pretty cool, but it's good to have a variety of different silver. Not all silver is created equal, depending on the markets and where we're going, but very good. Yes, indeed. I almost finished with this coffee. It is cold. But thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for the thumbs up tonight. I'm watching these markets move. Libertads are great. And let's do a few more comments and we'll get back to the markets and see where they're at right now. Been very, very light trading. And we have about 20 minutes left before the markets open in Shanghai. I think we're going to hold out here and to see what happens when they open up. Ardell, proud dad moment this week when a 19-year-old told me he wanted to convert some of his savings to precious metals. He was going to buy Friday morning, and I told him to wait till the market closed and buy Saturday. Glad he did. Took advantage of the dip. And as in the AU ounce club, congratulations. Substantial weight and AG coming too. Wish I started at 19. Thanks, Sal. Congratulations to your son, Ardell. Thank you for sharing your story. Your great influence on your son. That is awesome. Way to go, Ardell. All right, TM 7100. Sure missed buying silver, but over $60 is out of my reach. I understand, my friend. Maybe just a couple ounces a month won't hurt. Yeah, I think it's all right to dip in a little bit for sure. Coffee maker at your desk. That would be nice. Yes, indeed. That would be pretty cool. Because I just finished my coffee. But I do have a little bit of chaser. I'm going to wash it down with to get the cinnamon from sticking in my throat. Oh, yeah. You guys are great. Thanks for sticking with me here tonight. All right, off-grid wealth management says here, Sal, what is that Korean round in the top center? I have the kilo mask and would like to hunt down one of those rounds. Thanks for the info. Yeah, that is a, it is just the generic. It's not, it looks kind of like the Squid Games mask. In fact, it looks pretty much exactly like it, but it is not. I think I got it from J and Bullion. I don't think they have them anymore, but it's 2 ounces of silver, really cool piece. But the fact that you have that as a kilo size is absolutely amazing. I'll trade you. That's wild that you have it kilo sized. Mine's a 2 ouncer. That is all. I didn't even know they made them kilo size. All right. Where are we at now with the markets? Again, not much activity hanging out here, but stay tuned. I think we might we could see some excitement. I think, here's my prediction. It's 2 ways it could go when the Shanghai market's open, in my opinion. Of course, watch me be completely wrong and do the exact opposite. But I think we will continue to see, when the Asian market's open, volume remain right where it is now. And where is it right now? Let's take a look. Oh, okay, here it is. It is very light, as you can see. And again, I thank Mark Razor because I didn't think to look at this. I should have. But as you can see, trading is very light at this point in time. And I think it could continue to stay that way into the Shanghai Open because they're skittish about trading since the Shanghai Gold Exchange raised their margins to 17%, I believe. So I think that's option number one. Option number two is there's a lot of trading and the volume really increases and there's a lot of selling. So volume increases and there's a lot of selling. You'll see a lot of red bars pop up there. And I think that if we see that, then that is a reaction to it. Now, the only other option is that it would go the opposite direction and a lot of volume and the prices go up. I don't think that's going to happen, but I could be wrong. Whoa, Silver Stacker Sloth with a $20 super chat. Thank you, my friend. 20 hip thrust. Let's go. Thanks out for continuing to provide such timely information. Well, Silver Stacking Sloth, I typically, because of the nature of a Sunday night market watch, I typically don't do the exercises just because of the, it's always so busy because of the markets and people probably don't want to hear me count. But I'm going to make an exception. I'm going to do that right now for you because you didn't know that and you're very kind. So thank you. Hello, Cheetah Kid. Let me do these 20 pelvic thrusts. I'll do them quick. I need to work my pelvic muscles anyway. So we'll make an exception here tonight for Silver Sloth. Here we go. 20 pelvic thrust. Here we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Those are good. They work your abdomen and doesn't hurt your back with sit-ups. So that's why that's part of if you come on Tuesdays or Fridays, every dollar donated via super chat, I do an exercise, either pelvic thrust or push-ups or curls or jumping jacks. We did jumping jacks last time too. So there's that. All right. Thank you again, my friend. And that pushed the silver's price up 2 more cents, up 12 cents there. So very good. Let's see what we've got here. We'll get a few more comments here from the day that's gone past here. Let's see here. We've got Robert Preston Drea says, did JP Morgan monopolize the silver market? Is it illegal? 160 million ounces. That means JP Morgan just bought America again, the cabal. Yeah. They're the largest custodian, and they buy a whole lot more. They're preparing for something, right? It's crazy. Let's see here. Very good. Okay, let's see here. Very good. We got that criminal manipulation of silver kept prices artificially low, and the world's largest 200 million ounce something crazy, while at the same time accumulating 800 million ounces, the same as globally yearly mining production, and then ending the short makes hurt looks like rank managers. Yeah. Shadow of pain. Yep. And it's crazy what's going on there. There's big activity, a lot of things happening in the market, a lot of moving parts for sure. I don't know how to interpret it, but people really automatically go to manipulation, but I don't know, or suppression, but I'm not necessarily there yet. But Wild Mess Father. A few years ago, I read The Big Silver Short by Chris Marcus, and it discusses in detail how JP Morgan has set up the events of today. If the news is true, then they have successfully closed or enormous short positions have gone long while holding a massive physical. Then there is only one direction the price is going to go. Wait until China enacts their export restrictions on the 1st of January and watch the price skyrocket as JP Morgan makes an absolute legendary amount of profit. It's going to be lovely being a tick on the elephant's rear end. Yeah, and remember, China is exporting some silver. I mean, it's restricting some silver, but not all of it. But anyways, very good. There we go. That's right. Reverse pelvic thrust will send the market back into backwardation. That's the trick, JM Unleashed. You're exactly right. Yes, sir. Answer a few more, then we'll get back to the markets again as we're about 10 minutes away from the Shanghai markets opening. Can anybody give me a thumbs up count? Are we getting close to 1,000 thumbs up yet? Richard Metcalf, I have 2011 syndrome. Although there is enough difference between 2011 and now, I still think a pullback is coming. And this will provide a buying opportunity and a springboard for future gains. All right. Yes. I hear you. I think I have the same syndrome, and I think we'll see a pullback. I don't know what it's going to look like. By the way, I was remiss in mentioning, if you are here and watching this and new to the channel, I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. I do provide daily videos, and this market watch happens every Sunday night. I also live stream 2 other times during the week. But very good. All right, we have 965 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. We need 45 more to go. 45 more to go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully, and there's enough people watching right now we could get there. But yes, if you are new here, I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. All right, and we've got the Bosco Knows All. Says this: I only sell when I have something to buy now. I just cashing for dollars that will immediately start devaluing is stupid. The longer you hold, the more value you have. That's right. There's power in holding your silver. I bought silver last year for $35 an ounce. Now it's 64 plus. How do your dollars in the bank do? 3 to 4% before tax. Yes, that's true, although it has pulled back since then, but you're right. Very good. By the way, 75% of you feel that we're going to see silver prices reach $70 by the end of the year. Servers did not overheat. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. All right, well, with Steve Newberry, we don't know exactly what happened. We need to get a report what happened there. All right, Victor Randall has just subscribed. Thank you, Victor. Appreciate you doing that. Very kind of you. Thank you for subscribing. All right, we got this coupon, and we'll look at the markets again because we're getting close to the top of the hour now. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the markets in Shanghai when they open, especially with the margin calls being increased. This coupon, silver supply is dwindling really fast where I live. 3 weeks ago, the dealers had plenty of Eagles, Britannias, Buffaloes, etc., like 500 each. Now it's gone. Found the dealer who had 1,300 Eagles left 2 days ago. The supply is gone now. They got new stock this morning with 100 Britannias, 600 Maple Leafs, etc. The Britannias were gone in an hour. So there you go. So it's working both ways. Interesting, this coupon, because I'm hearing other extreme stories from the opposite direction here. Look at this. Paul Tissue. Paul Tissue has been very kind. He just sent 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, Paul Tissue. Appreciate that, my friend. And we got 1,000. Thank you. So maybe Paul Tissue did that when we got 1,000. Thank you so much, Paul. We have 1,000 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it very, very much. And if we can get one more thumbs up, just in case 79 decides to take her thumbs up away and spoils it for us, that would be great if we can get 1,001. Very good. Thank you. All right. All right, let's take a look at the markets again now. Silver now up 7 cents with trading very light as we're 7 minutes away, up 7 cents and 7 minutes away from the Shanghai markets opening. Hong Kong is open now. We're waiting for Shanghai. That is going to be the telling. Well, this will really tell us what's going to be going on. I predict one of 2 things. Number one, I think that the volume will remain subdued. It'll be very light like it is now because they're skittish about trading with his margin calls being increased. That's option number one. Number two is it very well could be that the volume could increase dramatically and a lot of selling that will occur when the markets open in Shanghai and the price will fall. Those are my 2 predictions of what's going to happen. The other option will be the volume increases and silver price skyrockets or goes up dramatically in the minutes. And we'll see what happens. But I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see. But you guys are great. Thank you so much for being here as we watch these markets, answer some of your comments. Definitely a historic time for metals, especially silver. And really, 2025 is a year for both gold and silver. It's been amazing. I left the coast. It says, what happens when there's no more silver to buy? Why is there no discussion about this? Because it's highly unlikely. Silver is, its supply is getting tight, but it's not like you can't go out and buy it. It's everywhere, and I think it would take a whole lot for it not to happen where you can't buy it. So that's why there's not much discussion about it. So there's no elephant in the room for that case, because it's just not really a possibility. Chase the all day. Yeah, Shanghai has not as much impact as you might think. This is why I'm thinking that maybe it won't be a big deal, but we'll see. But last week we saw it got smacked down hard last week when the Shanghai markets opened. So, but usually it rolls back, and we did see it pull back, and it went up to record high by the end of the week. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. All right. Silver up 63.76. 101 Mountain Time. Yes, my precious. Grow bigger. There you go. That was from 3 days ago. And Diver says, the Fed just announced it will begin quantitative easing tomorrow to the tune of $40 billion per month. Great news for silver and gold stackers. Yes, indeed it is, if that's the case, if they're going to be doing that. And they kind of already been doing some of that behind the scenes anyway. Quantitative easing. It's crazy. All right. We got Cybercurrent Twitter. I always find it amusing how buyers suddenly jump in when the price is high instead of listening to many of us a decade ago and buying consistently over the years. That's exactly right. Yep. But hey, we welcome the new stackers too. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the markets again because they're getting very close to the opening of the Shanghai markets. Platinum and palladium are both down leading into that open here. But silver's up 11 cents. Gold is up $6.70. The Ottawa guy with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He is from Canada. Have a beer on me. Thank you so much. Have a beer. I would love to have a beer. I haven't had a beer in quite a while, actually. So I need to get me a little bit of beer. I've been kind of holding back on beer. But yes, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Maybe a Molson Canadian beer would be nice. A Molson. Very, very cool. Very nice of you indeed. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And looking through this, we're going to answer a few more. We're minutes away from the markets opening up here. Just 2 minutes. And sometimes it takes a little bit for them to propagate. We'll see how that plays. Give it a couple minutes. All right. We got Mad Max, MFP. If you really think JP Morgan has the most silver bullion in the world, you're smoking crack. I can assure you China, India, and maybe Mexico in the ground individually have more silver than JP could ever dream of. Well, number one, I never said that. I mean, you're comparing apples with oranges. And they're the largest custodian of silver 1,000-ounce bars. That's the difference. Not the other types of variety of silver there is. So I'm not smoking crack. You're conflating two different things. The U.S. has no reputable silver mining operations, and the foreign markets are telling the U.S. to take a hike as the dollar is dying. All right, well, we might start with silver becoming a critical mineral. We very well could see the markets open up. We could see mining open up in Nevada. All right, Jay Leach, I'm switching to organic beer. Only too many preservatives in the BS in the most mainstream beers. Okay, interesting. You have to look into the organic beers. Probably be very expensive, but I'd like to check some of that out. Wow. All right. I love it. Thank you, Gone Baby Gone. Thank you for checking it out. Russell Brown says JP Morgan moved the physical to the Shanghai exchange. Well, some silver did move there, but not a whole lot. Shanghai has been moving a lot of metal into London and other places, and a lot of it in country too. JM 7777. Any truth to the rumor that Congress passed the Critical Minerals Strategic Authorization Act, HR 9847? Had not heard that. It was the Department of Energy and the USGS that listed the critical minerals list by essentially executive action. All right, very good. Let's see here where we're at. We have got 8 o'clock now. Let's take a look here at the markets. Up 12 cents. Let's see the activity here. And already out of the gate, look at that. We're looking at the volume. Boom. It is spiking right out of the gate, right at 8 o'clock. It is moving and that's a downward trend here. It's a downward candle that we're seeing here. We're going to watch this to see what happens here. As silver is starting to, it's up 7 cents now still, but we're going to see. We're going to digest this as it comes in. There it goes. Coming down a little bit here. So my option number 2, at least, but the thing is whenever the market's open in these places, usually there is a snap and then there's a drawback. It's a wild, it's like a shock. It's like taking a cold shower. It's a shock at first, and then you get used to it, and the markets get used to it. So we're going to see this subside a little bit here. So this is not really the tail of what could be happening, but it's a kind of a trades all happen automatically right as the market's open. Either way, people have their calls put out, and that's what's occurring here, I believe, here with silver. But it's showing it's up here, so there's a little bit of a struggle here to hold. But there it is. All right, watching this thing happen in real time. 2 sessions, 2 little trading sessions of a high red activity here, but silver's still showing up. Some of the buying is negating some of the selling, but activity is increasing out of the gate over there. Interesting. Yeah, it could go up. You're right. Volume way up. It sure is. And that typically, I think, will happen right at the beginning. Some of these, but I think they're reacting here. Yeah, crazy. But it's up 9 cents still, even with the volume increasing here. But well, let's see what happens when it normalizes here, whatever that normalization will be. And by the way, some of this reaction may not happen for another hour, but last week it went crazy. It went absolutely crazy. But right now, this is relatively tepid. We had these candles go right back down into the volume mark here, but it is popping out here. So we'll see. We'll see here. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Watching it move here. Again, volume picking up fairly substantially here tonight, but not affecting the price a whole lot. Selling and buying happening, keeping the price kind of where it has been for most of the evening tonight. Yeah. Just watching these candles. All right. If we get 16 of them there, we can watch a chick flick, an 80s chick flick together. What do you think? You got to get 16 of them to show up. Only a very few of you will get that reference. But let me know. Type the number 16 plus if you got that reference. Or say the actress who played in that. Name the actress's name that played in that in the movie that I referenced. There, all right. More volume, but it's kind of back and forth, up a dime right now. Silver is 61.97 in the bid price. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, let me bring the chart up a little bit. There it is. Sorry about that. My bad. There we go. Okay. That's right. 16 candles. You got it. Molly Ringwald. That's right. You got it. More of you got that than I thought. It's pretty good. Watching these candles move here, watching these things, yeah. Got to remember my screen where I've got this thing, but now you can see the volume here. Sorry about that. I didn't have it. If she had worms, we could call her Molly Ringworm. We don't want to call her Molly Ringworm. That would not be good. Up 11 cents now, so the volume has picked the price up a little bit. Interesting. Well, it figures that I would be wrong about this, although the volume it's up, but it's not like crazy high right now. So I guess that means it's a fourth option, and it's doing the fourth option, which I didn't even mention it. So it's doing something very much unpredictable. We are still just about 5 minutes into the open here of Shanghai, and so it's not really done a whole lot, which means that this could be normal activity. whenever the market's open, and we could see it subside back down to very, very tepid trading. Tepid trading into my first option, which is my prediction that we see, the market's nervous about making trades on a 15% increase. All right, very good. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. All right, have a good night, Matt Wingy. Thanks for popping in. Tonight, as we see the markets now, there's a little bit of the downward pressure for silver. It's now up 8 cents tonight. Up 8 cents. And there it is. We've got the movement in silver's price, the volume. And look at the volume is tapering back a little bit here already 6 minutes into the into the Shanghai markets opening up. So the volume, it's up, but it's pulled back somewhat from the very beginning, which means that this may be just a rather lackluster opening, which means that they don't really want a whole lot of trades to go up, or they're okay. I don't know. It's still too early to tell, honestly, to see. But this is it's telling to see, especially if we're starting to see a taper down in the volume. We could just kind of hold on to where we're at right now, but we'll get back. We're going to keep this live look up a little bit, but I'm going to answer a few more comments from the viewers here. Let me get over here to this. Where are we at? Okay. Okay, let's see here. Silver to the moon. I'm excited about silver to think negatively about it right now, which is highly unusual for me. I hear you, deplored illegals. Yes, we got to be realistic. We don't want to be disappointed, but thank you. All right, thank you, Steve C. Appreciate you, brother. Have a wonderful evening, Steve C. Appreciate you, sir. We'll see you on Tuesday. You were the man. I appreciate you being here always. You are the man. All right, Greg, mentioning the prices. He bought 10 900 commemorative coins. Exciting times. Congratulations. Way to go. Silver pugs. Folks keep on buying even if only 1 or 2 ounces. Let's make the bank suffer. Well, I would say just buy, just to hold. Empower yourself by holding, whether or not it hurts the banks or not. But yes, I agree with buying at your own discretion. And Hatchet Head. Silver is 64.40. 64.60 might go up to 70 by the end of the week at this rate, certainly by the end of the year. That was so 3 days ago, but hey, it still could. It still could. We'll see. All right. Well, let's get back over here and see what we've got with a few more comments here. Well, Silver Solutions just signed up to become an honorary citizen on his own accord. Thank you, Silver Solutions. Appreciate that. Alan Smith. So, Sal, J.P. Morgan have slaps on the wrist, too big to fail and too big to jail, and you still don't know. That's tongue-in-cheek. Well, actually, $900 million, I think, fines is not just a slap on the wrist that did to pay for manipulation in the past. All right. SFPO 2PB says most people don't anticipate the social impact of a collapsing economy at the individual level, expect job loss, etc. A book called Dealing with Burglary and Home Invasion Robbery may help the burglary crews increasingly targeting precious metals. Yes. Yep, you got to be careful out there. Can't be too careful. That's why remove yourself from being a target by finding other places to store your silver. I don't know if I'm able to play clips from The Big Short, Steve-O, but I know the one you're talking about from Goldman Sachs where they had the servers go out, a server failure for a while. Trick Mario, oh my, that silver price, another great video, Sal. What are your guesses for how much it will go up by January? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a video about what my silver price predictions are going to be by the end of the year. Raymond Nick says here, and to think people scoffed at me when I spent a heap on silver bars when I got my dad's inheritance. Paid $350, $400 Australian for 10-ounce bars. They've already doubled in price. Way to go, Raymond. That is awesome. Yes, indeed. All right, record likes. Yeah, thank you guys for the thumbs up. I don't know where we're at. We're over 1,000. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, keep on pressing them if you haven't done so already. Appreciate it. We'll answer one more. We'll take a look at the markets again and see what the volume is doing. Let's get over here. We've got Cape Cod Collector. When the banks think there's more money to be made, anything and everything can happen. Indeed, you are right. Picked up 20 ounces of Eagles at $72 a piece. Wow. Average 2025 unsealed. Man, $72 a piece. Crazy. Here we are. I remember when the collectible ones were trading for $69. All right, volume has pulled back even more, and the silver price now is only up 4 cents per ounce. Look at that, up only 4 cents per ounce tonight. And the volume is pulling back even more in the Shanghai market. So it looks like maybe my prediction of option number 1 may come into play as the prices are, and the volume starting to pick up and the price is falling a little bit right now, about 10 minutes after. We'll watch this for a little bit longer, but not too much. But this is something else we're watching and here happen in real time, watching these markets move. And again, with all the selling, here comes some buyers looking for the opportunity, but it is now just up 2 cents right now. Watching this move here. The volume really is kind of normalizing at this point. It's scaled back a little bit, but it's kind of staying up fairly steady. And of course, the Shanghai market's bigger, so that makes sense. All right. There you go. Look at that. Now it's up 1 cent. So, and the volume's picking back up again too. We'll revisit that again here. Let's see what we've got. Michael Sachs, I just bought a bunch of tubes of Silver Eagles 3 days ago from a major dealer, and the price for them has gone up $200 a tube since the order. Wow, crazy. That's the market we live in. Sure is. The White Mamba says, I think silver is going to be $85 a troy ounce by the end of 2026. FOMO scare, $100 per troy ounce 2027 because of big money. Okay, could be. We shall see. It's pulled back, though, a little bit since then, but hey, I wonder if they still feel this way. All right, they got him. He's sucking them so hard he's swinging from the bankster's nuts. How much was it for SM to sell out? Okay, all right. Let's see. They got me, all right. Crazy. Some people. Let's see here. Okay. Let us get over here and get this back. They want over 5 G's for Gold Buffalo. Yep, for the proof one. It's gone insane. It's crazy. Donna Kirsch says here, 2 years ago I was crying. When I was paying high 20s per ounce for Silver Eagles. Then last spring summer it edged to 32, 36.40, then 50, now 53. Gonna cry when I go to my LCS again, but I realize there are now tears of joy. I'm praying for a pullback, but the torpedo full speed ahead. Diamond fist. That's right. Exactly, Donna Kirsch. Diamond fist. Hold on to what you got. Very, very good. All right. Look at this. Volume spike a little bit, but then the price dropped. It is now below. It is now up 1 cent, but the volume over here, well, now it shows it's up 5 cents. So sporadic, but the volume seems to be a little bit sporadic as well. Interesting times we live in, watching these markets move. All right, folks, we're 15 minutes after. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with the markets, but we see that volume kind of pick up a little bit, and prices a little bit adjusting here. But very interesting times we live in. Thank you guys for spending your evening here with me tonight. We'll be back here on Tuesday. I hope you will check out my video tomorrow It'll be a very interesting video. I hope you will check it out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Keep your feet on the stars. Keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care.